Yeah, just talking, just had some thoughts on my mind. I really don't care too much for social engagements anymore. I'm recording this message, because there's people out there that care for this type of stuff, so I do it. One of the things I learned, I was just looking through some old fonts, something I could use as a background. So I saw these and I forgot about them, kind of. But one of these lessons I learned is always be aware of others' thoughts. You may never know how dangerous people can be because the mind behind that forms them can be even more dangerous. So, in short, stupidity can seriously cause unneeded adversity for those who are in progression. The sharpest pencil in the pack will always be dull first out of spite. Instead of sharpening themselves, they would rather stay dull and stand out the sharpness from what stands out till nothing is left. And currently, like I said in my last couple of talks, I was just talking about how I deal with energy vampires, and they pretty much just drain you until nothing's left. And that's how I feel like back when I wrote these, I was in my early 20s. I was somewhat idealistic, but I was still like black pilled or realistic about society, people, and missed all the depression I was in at the time. I used to write a lot of fonts. I used to try and focus my energy in a positive way rather than just being negative, being a stereotype. And at that time, I was around a bunch of, negativity, like people on drugs, people selling drugs, stealing, robbing. I tried to stay out of that. And it was hard because a lot of times it got to me like I'm struggling, but I can't seem to get ahead doing the positive thing. Trying to sell my art and got nowhere. People just want to sell you false hope so you can bust your ass and go out of your way. So then you can get what? Nothing. I can't survive like that. So yeah, I have to finesse a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's not an easy path of life, but it's better than just being someone else's complete lesser, right? Let them think that you're lesser, but you be finessing them the whole time, you know what I'm saying? Introspection was one of the very things that helped me, and it's harder for me to do that now because I have more to take care of now. I can't just go off on my own and do my own thing like how I was where I was at one time. I got multiple lives I have to look after. I don't have children, but I have things to manage. Back then, I didn't have nothing much to manage other than my survival and dealing with toxic people. Now I deal with them in moderation, but there's some that just drop their stuff on me, and I'm supposed to just take care of it for them and not get shit. The more I think about it, the more angry I get. My days lately has been spent in anger and just, I don't know, I guess depression in a way because I just see a bunch of people that is only there for what they can get out you and then they just go and live their life. Sometimes I just want to strangle and beat these motherfuckers. I know some of y'all that used to hear me talk like that in my older commentaries and shit. Y'all happy to hear me talk like that. Probably, I don't know. I'm just some weirdo on the internet that you choose to listen to. I really don't give a shit anymore. Most of you out there are just users, and the one thing that I know that I have to really cut people out of my life. But not every single body, because some people are useful. Some people mean you somewhat well, and some people just don't give a fuck about you and only care to deal with you when it's convenient for them. They don't like the taste of their own medicine. They know what they be doing, man. Bro, let me be honest with you. After you like 20 to 25, you know what you are at a certain point. And I don't mean like what you're going to do with your life, money-wise, with your personality and character. You know what you are. There is no, oh, I just didn't know, or I didn't know any better, all this shit. Stop making excuses for grown-ass people. I understand some people fall on hard times, and what if they don't have an ID and they can't get a job? What if they don't sell drugs and they're just honest people and they're just struggling? That's different from a person who is just a complete deadbeat who don't want to do shit when they get the chance. And when they get the chance, they waste it. That's not the same. It's not the same. Nowhere near the same. You see homeless people on the street that are homeless because they ain't got all they can need, or they can't get a job because they don't have a place to register for their job. So they start, staying out on the street and making the most of it. They start getting drunk and high because shit, life is depressing when you ain't got nowhere to stay. It gives you a sense of safety and peace. You out here every day fending for yourself. And if you stay with a bunch of people, even if they're your family, you're an enemy in the household because you're just different. Or maybe it's because they just negative, toxic people anyway. Maybe it's you're the opposite of them. Maybe you trigger their ass. Who fucking knows? But point being is, it's hard out here. And then it's really hard when you try to look at the good in people and all you keep running into is fake bullshit. Like you expect a good-hearted person to always be good, always be positive. But all they dealt with in their life was hate and fake love. And then what little love they did get got ripped away from them. So they just left with fake love and hate. And they look at life as costs and benefits because they see people as fickle, fake, and untrustworthy. So, you just don't like people unless they can give you something. But they want something out of you for nothing. But they get mad because you want something from them for what you give. Now they're going to try to gaslight you into saying, oh, why you want something? You should give and not expect nothing back. And then they try to use the religion. That's not what Jesus or whoever wants you to do. You should give. It's going to come back to you. Yeah, it'll come back to me when I choose to deal with people that's more like me. If I'm dealing with people who is the opposite of me, I'm giving them positivity. I'm just feeding them and they're cursing me because they're going to give me back their energy and it's going to curse me. Just like it do for any of y'all if y'all deal with toxic people. You got to cut people off. If there ain't too many decent people, just only give when you can get something back of equal exchange. Don't get caught up in fucking idealism and hope. And that's one thing I don't like about dealing with women. They love to feed you with false hope and idealism while they fleecing your ass at the same time. I have yet to run into a woman that actually can love me back. I run into a woman that only like dealing with me as far as dumping on me, trying to dump on me, or using me for something. But they like you, but they don't really care for you. I want someone that cares for me, bro. If I can't get that, I'd rather be alone anyway. But I'm just saying. And it's funny I talk about this stuff with energy vampires. But don't waste your precious energy on something or someone that doesn't deserve it. When your investment becomes detrimental, simply do not invest. Find something or someone you can plant a seed and something beautiful can flourish from it. People ignore the great things you offer just because of trivial things that can be overlooked while broadcasting what you lack to not receive their favor. And demons do walk among us, you know what I'm saying? They can pretend to be like us only to infiltrate and exploit. They're not even fully aware of it. A lot of them are caught up in their own narcissism, only thinking of self. Yeah, man, fuck people, man. um, Most people, it's all about the front or the facade. That is, in fact, why first impressions are everything to them. Overlooking the good in a person purposely and looking for flaws in another just to feel better about oneself. The only few care. Or I should. Oh wait, I'm saying it wrong. Only the few care for integral value. And yeah, it was not some holier than thou shit. You know, even though I was living in a worse area at the time, I lived in a better economical time. Like everything was cheaper, but the people were still shit. You know, but it had some sort of garb of decency in a way. And like I said, it's a garb because it's really a facade. Motherfuckers are just, I've pretty much lost my faith in humanity. Why paint pictures? Why do art if hardly anyone's going to appreciate it? The only thing people care about is busting a nut, paying bills, and eating. No one gives a fuck about creativity or spirit. They only care about spirit when it benefits them, or when they can survive better. You call them Hilux, NPCs, organic portals, soulless people, um, passerbys. What's the other term? One term I came up with: functionaries. They're just functionaries, bro. They just bodily function, a sense of social duty to fit in so they can keep getting food and having shelter. So need to love these people because they can turn on you in the blink of an eye, a flip of a pancake, nigga. Ain't nothing. And even back then, back at the time when I used to write these things, I didn't say the N word because I didn't like it. It was a deep reason why I didn't, but I don't care. The people that know me know why. Well, yeah, if you have to tell someone, oh shit, I'm sorry. If you have to tell someone only what they want to hear just to be around them, then you need to distance yourself away from them. People who can grow will only want you to be beneath them for their benefit. Yeah, till they don't need you no more, then they just throw you away, throw you to the wolves or kill you, whatever. Kindness will only be perceived as weakness when only in the presence of those who are unworthy of it. Savages cannot understand its magnitude. Never sold your hands for and for anything or anyone who is immeasurably less valuable than you are. Not some holier than thou shit, but I'm talking about character wise. You know, their value is low. They're just animals. Those that lack fortitude can never establish it. Oh man, I used to try and be poetic at one time in my life. I just tell how it is now. Yeah, man, don't fuck with that trash. That's the me now. Like, yeah, man, they trash. They garbage. Fuck them, man. They ain't shit. I talk like that back then, but not as much as I do now. Like, I just don't give a shit, man. I just don't. Because why? Why care? Oh, why you wear those clothes? Why you wear those sandals? Why you do this, man? Why you do this? Fuck you. I want to beat you in the head with a hammer and watch your skull crack, you piece of shit. On some Rick and Morty type shit. You know what I'm saying? The younger me wasn't like that. The younger me was nicer. Like I'm nice now, but I have my anger. My anger is in a way gotten worse over the years. I used to, I kind of seemed like I was a pushover back then. I can understand why a weak-minded, animalistic person would jump at the opportunity to prey on that because I was a pacifist. I had a forgiving nature. Now I see that forgiveness as an illusion. Now people like me can forgive somebody, because empathy and shit. But you deal with somebody that just dead on the inside, and you do one little thing to them, they ain't forgiving you. They ain't forgetting that. They like a bitch. They like a dog. They don't like you because they know you can beat them up or fuck them up. They gonna hold their grudge until they get strong enough to kill you. They see you as a threat. There is no forgiveness. Only those who can forgive that are a spirit who have discipline. Yeah, I have me personally, I have enough discipline to want to rip a motherfucker head off, but I don't do it because I think about how I look at myself. It's not that I care about that piece of shit that I'm angry with. It's that I know I wouldn't love myself as much as I do now, which is why I don't do it, because me loving myself is more important than giving in to my rage. And yeah, I give in to it a little bit, but not to where I kill somebody or torture them. I don't have that level of lack of control. Now, if you these people you call an NPC, right? They, on the other hand, can't forgive. They don't give a fuck. It's all about them. They act nice just to get shit. They pretend camaraderie so they can get help and support. But it's all fake. Cause do you deal with me outside of when you need me? No, the fuck you not. You not cause you fucking garbage. People show you, but you don't see it because you're trying to be optimistic. You don't want to completely give up on humanity. So you try anyway. And what you get? Bullshit. You end up regretting it and realizing, man, these people, all they good for is what I can get out of them because they're just out to get me too. So shit, I ain't trying to get them, but I'm trying to believe in humanity. But it's like, yeah, it's garbage. And these people talking about, oh, I got melanin, I'm a god. And we should want to procreate to keep ourselves living here. Man, get the fuck out of here. This world is fucking hell. I would never try to bring someone here. This is a slave pit. Animals constantly kill each other every day for survival. The government is taxing the fuck out of you. The economy is going to shit. The society on a social level is going to shit. People are letting their delusions guide their judgment more so now than ever. With all these new concepts they teaching in school to the little kids, how those people who are teaching the kids are also, not all of them, but also, predators. It's completely sick. It's a disease of a fucked up, corrupted mentality. And, this is what happens when you let the feminine have no limits. Not saying the feminine is bad, but it can also corrupt the masculine. And the masculine becomes warped and twisted. Everything starts from the mother. The mitochondrial DNA of the mother will go into the child. The mitochondrial is the core and the powerhouse of the cell. If you don't get things checked at the source, they will always go bad. You got these people talking about the great mother and all that. They could be talking for the demiurge for all we know. Because once they get a false sign, Oh, I'm sorry. Once they get a false sign of who they think the great mother is, they go right into the demiurge without knowing it. Like with people like Bobby, going into all that dark, evil stuff. Now, I agree with a lot of stuff he was saying, but not everything. And just having frivolous sex is another bad thing. It's a sign of an organic portal type of person. Because when you have a spirit, you feel when you connecting to somebody, you cherish who you connect to. You rather just beat off a bunch of porn and fuck a bunch of women or fuck a bunch of men. Because when you connect to somebody, that shit means something. When you connect to a person, you can feel the difference in your life. The more you are enlightened, the more you see it clearly. But even when you were asleep, you always thought something was wrong with that. You look at the people around you, how these people go to parties and get raped, or they go have frivolous sex, or they have a mom that's abusive and don't give a fuck about their daughter and let her get molested, or let her go out and be a whore. Or same thing for the boys, right? They don't have a father figure, and they just go out and do aimless shit, like a dude who will literally gang rape a woman when she's intoxicated. That's just bottom of the barrel filth. That's trash. Same for the women that do that to men. It's garbage, man. I mean, no matter how many times we rephrase what we say, it's the same shit. Perception will always change, but the actual will always be the same. Integral or superficial. What's intrinsic is what matters. What's in the person's soul, their character. Everything else, like their knowledge. Oh, I know this. I know about the source. I know about the NPCs, the demiurge, the Hylics, all this stuff. I know, no, this. Doesn't matter what you know. What about your character, man? What about if you didn't have knowledge? What if you didn't have any money? What is your character? Are you the type that will sacrifice for others for the greater good? Or are you the type that as soon as you get the opportunity, you abandon everything you once believed? What kind of person are you? Are you a good person because the opportunity demands it? Or are you a good person because that's just who you are? Like, I'm so embedded in this shit, right? I ain't gonna lie. If someone told me to betray my morals and ethics and my character to save somebody, I'd probably let them die. Not because I'm selfish, because when you have character and discipline, that's a spiritual thing, not like a religion where have conditions given to you by a book. But what is foundational in you is your character, not your intelligence, not anything. It's your character. Your character determines what kind of spirit you have. I mean, to some people, that's basic, right? To some people, that's basic, right? But to me, just to be real, something ain't fail. I'm sorry, but to be real, your character is all you have. If you just have money, that's it. I mean, shit. What happens if you ain't got no money? Now what? You not shit. You got money. Okay, now what? It just shows me like this world is void of a soul. I look in a man's eyes, you can tell. It's not just how they look when they staring, when they're in intense emotion, but it's the lack of it's like you could feel their animal, I don't know. It's like you could feel that they're an animal and there's nothing higher to them other than their social standing and what they have and the illusion that they try to project. I don't know how to say it any other way than that, but it's basically, it's a fucking, oh, excuse me. It's a fucking illusion. It's crazy to me, like, this is what it is. So it's like some people, you can't really blame them for feeling like, man, fuck these NPCs. I'm just gonna shit them. They're trying to shit me up. Fuck them. You know, I get that part, but it's like, as time progresses, I just lose my sense of passion for anything good. You know, I lose my passion. I used to love taking care of animals. Now I can't stand doing it. I used to love helping people. I had some, like, you know, times where I hated doing it. But I did it because it's my nature. But then I hate it because people just take advantage of you and they don't be considerate of you and what you have going on. It's all about them. You know, people ain't nothing but users. That's to the point. I don't really care if some of these people die as long as I get paid. Shit, is that bad? Like, I can't put it into words without you seeing it and dealing with it for yourself. All I can do is paint a picture enough to where you can get an idea. You know, when we talking to people, we not really talking to them. We only saying things with words that they might understand. And some people have a warped perception of certain words, so it could be twisted to be anything. That's where empathy comes in, because empathy is an extension of intuition and understanding. Without empathy, there is no intuition. Without actual intuition, not the fake intuition that most people have, which is just another form of instinct. But I'm talking about real intuition, is of the spirit, the source, whatever you call it, the cosmic conscious, the pure, the primordial awareness that's within all of us that have it. That's why you can get a white dude and a black dude. Like, for example, I'm not black, but I'm just using that as an example. I can deal with a so-called white dude, and at a certain level, we can see shit the same way. We can agree despite being different. Because we're different genetically, which can influence our personality to a degree, but in reality, we're the same spirit because we have the capacity for spirit. You gotta have the capacity. It's not about your race. That's just to cause confusion. But it is true, if somebody is dealing with their people, they're gonna most likely go with their people. But you got solid motherfuckers that don't care and like, hey man, that's my people. I don't give a fuck what color he is. That's my brother. That's my sister. You know what I'm saying? They my family. I don't give a fuck about race. If they try to divide us, whether you Mexican or not, or Asian. It's all about love, man, which is spirit. Fuck culture, because that's an NPC concept. My culture this, my culture, my race. Fuck race. Fuck that shit. I don't care, bro. I know what works for me. I know what I should be eating. I know people of my phenotype should be doing. I'm different from most people in my phenotype where I have to basically be a vegan. Some people can just eat anything. I can't. I'm not like an ant where I can just eat anything, or a lizard. It's funny that they talk about insectoids and reptilians and shit like that. And what's funny is they eat any fucking thing. And they'll be alright. And they shapeshift a lot. I eat that shit, I'll die. Like, I'll literally be sick. My asthma will come back. I'll gain a lot of weight. I mean, my arthritis will get worse. Like, I can't eat that shit. I'm just being real. I'll be fucked up, man. But no, it's like intuition, spirit, spirit and intuition. That's all we have. It's a sign from spirit when you can connect to people. But sometimes it can be a weakness because some people can mask their energy signature, not just their mannerisms and the things they say. Some people can mask their energy signature, their character, all that, and make you think, oh, I found somebody that's like me. Oh, man, I love these people, man. And then you get disappointed, like, oh, fuck, I should have saw this shit coming. Because, after months of dealing with somebody, they start to let the mask crack because now they feel like they got you. You know my phone number, you know where I live at. But you can't come in. If you come in, I'm going to shoot you. See, the younger me wasn't like that. You see, life made me like that. Well, yeah, fuck that. I got to save myself. I got to save my loved ones. In reality, most of them don't even love me back like I love them. They can't do it because they're fucking animals. I'm talking about the people too. They just animals. Everyone's a fucking lesser being, man, when you think about it. I tell you, I'm not on some holier than thou shit. I'm just being realistic about it. They can only love to a certain capacity. They only feel to a certain capacity. They're like children or animals or something like that. They can't do it. They can't do it. They don't have no fucking empathy like you got. They think only of themselves. When you beat them after they do something bad, they'll realize, damn, I did something bad. I don't want to get beaten up. But they're going to go and do it again anyway because they're stupid until they know you're going to beat them up. It's like that with your kids. A motherfucker down the road that might piss you off. Shit. You be any motherfucker. It's this reality. Like, if I get deep like how I used to be about the whole concept of duality and how it's inherently negative, and then we can also say, like, the positives are really the pure trying to come into the impure. And this is the concept that we know as duality. Then some people say that there's a world where it's just mostly damn near all negative. There is no positive. Yeah, it's these fucking demons that we come across every day. Their world is negative. They chase pleasure because they're just negative. They need pleasure to balance out their negativity. But if it was just a world with all of them in it, it'd be prison. It'd be a world where you got all your rights, freedoms, and abilities taken away from you. You just living under somebody else's rule where only the wicked can prosper. But when you look at the fact that all the good in the world is really a mask, all the people that's in power, your politician, your fucking your law enforcers, your religious figures, all the people in your environment are really a part of some sort of order. You realize people are evil and the good they show is fake. You'll be depressed too, man, when you see that all these motherfuckers are connected. Everything they tell you in the mass image is a lie. It's all bullshit. The real people are the people that's in positions of power, but it's the people that are like struggling. I would say even the dude that's selling dope on the side as a good dude, but he just selling it to get by. That's probably the best person you could ever know. A man that's working an honest job and he hasn't joined no type of order or no group or nothing to achieve the success he got at his job. That's the closest thing you can run into a good person. You can't find it through the authorities, the enforcers, the judges, no one, no form of justice is really just. It's just us, the righteous versus the wicked. And most of the wicked people got a good mask to the unseeing eye. I ain't the type to say all people with the compass and the square are bad, but I understand that a lot of them are. Not all of them. And you know the square, the compass, and the G and all that, the gnosis, their form of gnosis. I'm a Gnostic in a way, but I'm not Gnostic. I understand that I am the source, not the person, but the awareness that's me, that's filtered through this vessel. I know that everything around me is basically an illusion, but why? When I heard someone say that, I'm like, why does it always feel like the illusion is against me? If I'm dreaming this, why is it always against me? Why does it feel like it's leading me on, stringing me along to make me feel like I might have a chance, but in reality, I'll never have a chance. And if I go along with the system, it just be nothing but adversity with very little benefit. Why would I do that? Only jobs work for me are odd jobs where it brings me back to a time where things were more simpler. If I do jobs like corporate work and all that, I would suck at it because it required me to put myself in a box, which is something that I'm not used to. That's why I do labor intensive jobs, landscaping or whatever. And then, if people need to borrow something, I loan it out for something. And that's how I get by. But before, I couldn't even do that because where I lived at before, it was so bad. Like, you want to talk about NPCs and dead? It was dead where I was at. People sucked. There was no opportunities. All the people were fucking basically Masons and shit. Yeah, I said it. And it just was, it was dead. It was nothing but fucking NPCs, people on Section 8. It was dead, bro. Like, I don't know how to say it other than that. It's just survival. I miss when I used to believe in certain things, but I'm kind of glad that I don't anymore. But I hate that I had to believe in it to get by. But I miss the feeling. I don't know, man. I'm just tired of waking up every day. Tired of people. As time passes, people are just gonna forget about you anyway. That's why I don't see the point in having children. Yeah, in the back of my mind, I kind of like feel saddened because I can't have somebody to share my knowledge with or whatever. I love my kids so much I wouldn't bring them here. Because what would be the point? Just let them rest in peace. you know? Sometimes I wonder what is there for me to talk about anymore. I know I had y'all up, whoever listening, right? I have y'all, sitting with me. I know my channel is not all that good, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just feel like everything's falling apart. They say maybe this is a sign telling you you're gonna find your blessing one day. I don't know. I'm gonna be blessed. I doubt it. I think it's all bullshit. It's all about just getting to the next moment without letting the world fuck you up, I guess. I don't see the point. I wish I could talk to my younger self, tell him not to try so hard. I wish I can, help the youth, but I can't. They're too far gone, they're too caught up in themselves, and they listen to social media. They don't listen to the adults around them like that. They don't listen to the elders in the community that tell them wisdom. They just ignore it and go listen to some bullshit. And some of these people you'll see on a t-shirt, given the right time and given the wrong moment where they do the wrong thing and then they end up paying for it with their lives. You can't teach a fool. That's why I've given up on trying to reach the youth. Most of these motherfuckers are just demons in disguise. Learn this lesson the hard way. Yeah, I mean, some people can be abused. Maybe that's why they turn out the way they do. That's no excuse to instead be a good person. Not just a person, but a righteous spirit that transcends the will of this world, which I believe that everyone with a spirit should aspire to do. Instead of sitting online talking about NPCs, organic portals, and how we're better than these NPCs because you're mad that these motherfuckers have done you bad. Fuck being better than these people. Fuck them. I ain't trying to be better than no fucking slime ball. Fuck them. I sound pretentious to you ignorant motherfucker who like degenerates, who enabled degeneracy. Of course I sound arrogant to y'all, because you like people that are lowbrow like you. It's not holier than thou, it's not I'm better, it's that you need to be better. It's not about me being better than you, it's about you need to be better for yourself, spiritually, man. You don't have to do what the fuck you're doing. You think you gotta do it, because you're selfish. You're in a little box, your mind is in a box. You don't want to be better, you want to wallow in your shit like a pig. What's funny, that's an insult to a pig, because pigs are actually quite intelligent. And they're very nice, beautiful creatures. But you slime balls are not. Y'all garbage. So it's like, don't compare animals to the average human. Fuck no. They got all this cognitive ability, but they're still demons. They're still animals. Still thinking of themselves. When you associate yourself with low vibrational people, don't be surprised when bad energy start happening to you. Bad things are happening to you because their bad energy is taking over your life. You don't know it yet. You feel like someone put a spell on you. No, it's because you're dealing with low vibrational, wicked people. They doing everything they can to fuck with you. It's sick. That's why you have to find other people like you, and that's hard because it's damn near impossible. Mostly everybody is just pretending to be caring and sentient, but they still haven't let go of those base instincts, the emotional impulses, the need to be selfish. They haven't truly transcended that. I've transcended it mostly, but I'm only necessarily selfish. But that don't mean I wouldn't get the shirt off my back. I would. Maybe I'm an idiot. I go into the water. You know, I know I can't swim. I'll probably try to save someone who can't swim themselves. What does that leave me? In the water, drowning myself. And I might be able to get them out. But are they going to try to get me out? Or they going to say, hell no, I ain't going back in there. I'm scared. And they leave my ass there. They're not even going to get no help. I only know a handful of people that would do that. They'll be scared and then they go get some help. Most people be scared and they just leave you and say, okay, that's his problem. Like, damn, what kind of will of mind created these people? Like, I don't know, but it's a pretty fucked up will if you ask me. What kind of mind will create these people? Like the sheer selfishness and disregard of a person who just wants to just sacrifice themselves to save you, and you just throw them away like garbage. Like, what kind of piece of shit are you? Like, if you live in the hood in the city, you see that shit a lot with slime balls. That's a scoundrel. That's why shit. If I see somebody, like, I have the kindness in me to save them and risk myself, but I don't really go out my way for people. I see a man homeless, I like to help him, but I can't help him. I probably have money in my pocket, but at the same time, a motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing for me. You know, it's fucked up to say that. It's the truth. Do the motherfuckers do anything for me? Why I gotta do for them? I used to look down on that shit when I was younger. Like, oh man, why would you say that? What would they do for you? You know, you're supposed to help, man. That's wrong. You should help people. No, you shouldn't help people. You should leave their ass where they at. You don't know what got them to that point in their life. Just like I feel like, damn, this man will literally let a 2-year-old die just to get $100,000. You saw that video show you how cold and heartless people were. And on the surface, that's what the media wants you to think. Like, oh man, this person is so heartless. But if you understand the nature of most people, like how the elites understood it, you'll probably think, damn, that dude was in the right on some crazy shit. You think he was in the right for doing that. Because you don't know that child is a demon. You don't know their parents are demons. All this nurture over nature crap. No, it's nature over nurture. Well, a person's nature can bypass their nurture. My upbringing, if it was somebody else that went through the same thing as me, they'd probably be killing people, dead or in jail, or dying by some disease or something. It's nurture. It's nature over nurture. That's why you get a person that got good parents who care for them and love them, and they still grow up fucked up because they ain't have a good nature about them. That's why you see, even with not being sexist, but you see women that have people in their life try to tell her right, and she don't listen. She go out and be a whore and have a baby. She have a baby daddy. She a single mom. She had people in her life tell her right, but she didn't do it. Same thing for the man. He tell you, man, that girl, she ain't no good. Why you with her? She just using you, bro. Oh, I love her, man. She's you. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Yet you're not even completely independent enough to where you can take care of yourself. And but you wanna make love to the woman, have kids, and don't care. What the fuck? I remember one time my cousin, they woke me up. I wanted to sleep because I stayed up all night looking for a job or whatever. So I stayed up all night. I'm tired. They knock on the door and tell me, "Hey, come in here right quick. We got an announcement." My cousin told us that she's pregnant. I just put my head down, shake my head, and walk back in the back. I went back in the room. I ain't fucking with that shit. I tried to tell that stupid bitch, don't, these dudes just want to use you. They ain't care about you. I try to be a big brother. These fools ain't shit, man. You just fuck them. I don't care about these pieces of shit, man. Hey, I sound like pretentious. Oh, man, he finally said it. He said it. He said they ain't shit. He said it. I heard him say it. Yeah, he think he better than people. No, they're shit because their character, you asswipe, you motherfucker, you bitch. That's why. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just tired of it all. I know I ain't telling you no informative shit about how to elevate your consciousness or Gnosticism, atheism, antinatalism, all that stuff. I'm not talking about that stuff right now. I just want to update, talk a little bit, something relatable, something real. You got too many people just saying the same formatted nonsense. It's so formulaic and soulless. I'm not the type of person to do that. I just don't have it in me to do that. That's why I just can't work a job like that. I do only what I'm needed. When I don't need to do it, I'm done. Set it and forget it. Fuck it. I ain't trying to do shit, bro. If I don't have to do it, I ain't gonna do it. I don't like doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. It really gets aggravating to me. I'm ADHD, so I don't like sitting in the same place too long. But even if there's some change, after a while it gets tiresome, and then there's problems that happen that could ruin everything. That occasionally happen. And then I look at it like, this ain't yielding me anything. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just helping this fucking zombie ass nigga. I ain't getting shit. Fuck this, man. I gotta get something out of this motherfucker. God damn, man. Shit. And so what? I'm a potty mouth, man. Fuck you. I am. That I am. Uh-huh. Yeah, uh-huh. In constant expansion, how could you, a subjective being, know all in existence? A person can only know what is going on in their focus. A person can never know everything because everything doesn't exist. Don't make a mistake. Don't make a mistake. Don't mistake my bad. Don't mistake a person's confidence in their knowledge as arrogance. That's terrible judgment on part. You just created a misunderstanding with no purpose. Take time to understand others and not let insecurity hinder you from expansion. Solution. Salutation. Whatever. I'm at the point, I don't hardly give a shit. I ain't feeling that. Fuck that shit. Um, yeah. I'm an introvert because it's partly my nature and because life and experience guided me to this point. Because being around people too much will eventually take away from you. And it's just better to just keep to yourself. Some people need to socialize. I believe, from understanding reality and shit, I believe and understand that it's due to them lacking spirit. It's okay to be around certain people and reciprocate energy and inputs to help one another. Yeah, on a level, it's still someone using another, but it's not using in the sense of parasitic. It's the use of reciprocation. It's a form of reciprocity. It's not just take, 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 take. Like some people, oh, well, I gave you a ride, okay, and I helped you build your house. I came out my way and helped you with your shit. So what, you had to come and pick me up? At least I helped you. I did shit that you couldn't do on your own by myself. To say that, oh, I did this for you. I bought you a case of beer. A case of beer, bitch. I need some fucking money. You ain't giving me shit. You use me and you just go on and live your life. You don't talk to me unless it's convenient for you. Then you want to dump, trauma dump, and then hang the phone up. You a fucking user, bitch. Fucking piece of shit. I ain't fucking with that trash. Like I say, some people can just hide their own. I'm just saying that for example, but some people can hide not just their mannerisms and shit from you, but they can also hide their aura from your ass too. It's so demonic. Like it's like they hide everything all at once. I know it sounds dumb, but it's like they can hide everything. Some people you can feel beyond the words and the mannerism. You can feel, but then you got some people that make it seem like they got more. They got more to them, but they're not. They're just opportunistic users. That's what they are. I mean, I don't know how to say it. I don't even know why I'm still talking. There's some other things I wanted to say, but I can't remember them right now. I don't know. I don't even know how to finish this. I don't know. It's around 6 a.m. I've been up since fucking 2 to 3 o'clock. It's around 6 a.m. right now. I really need to go to sleep, but I don't know, man. If this helps anybody, I'll be glad to hear it. But I'm gonna cut it short. Peace.